Palestinian people. And just to repeat two announcements that were made earlier. Firstly, when this rally has finished, we want as many of you as possible to make your way to Kensington High Street to join a picket of the Israeli embassy to take our anger of the Zionist aggressor. And secondly, we want everyone to come back to London again next week for a demonstration assembling in Hyde Park, marching to the Israeli embassy. So we keep the pressure up against the aggressors, so we keep on demonstrating until the bombing of Gaza has ceased and the blockade is lifted. Support for the Palestinian people stretches right across the political spectrum here in Britain. So it's a pleasure now to introduce a representative of the Liberal Democrats, the MP Sarah Tether. Please welcome her.
I went to Gaza 9 months ago, and the conditions were absolutely appalling. It was a trip that affected me very, very deeply. For those of you who have been, you will know that there's nothing there when you first drive in through Erect, because all the industry has been bombed to nothingness. And the second thing that hits you as you go into Gaza City is the stench. And it's a stench of raw sewage, because the plant that's supposed to purify the water doesn't work, and it's pouring into the sea. The conditions were terrible. I saw families living in what amounts to slums, because the Israelis wouldn't allow concrete and construction materials across the border to rebuild those homes. And that's even despite the fact that our own government gives money to rebuild those homes. And I visited Shifa Hospital, the hospital that we've seen on the news taking all of those casualties now. And I saw young children there with their arms blown off because of Israeli bombing. Absolutely terrible. And I can only imagine the hardship that hospital is facing now, taking the many casualties that are presenting. And I'm not belittling the terror of people in Sderot. When I came out of Gaza, our own all-party group came under rocket fire. But this action is disproportionate. It is utterly disproportionate. And not only is it disproportionate, it is wholly counterproductive. Now, our party leader, Nick Clegg, has asked me to give a message to you here. And he has asked that you put pressure on the Foreign Secretary to make sure that Britain speaks out clearly against Israel's actions. We should suspend the EU trade agreement with Israel. Please do not just come to this demonstration and do nothing. Go home and write a letter to the Foreign Secretary. Lobby your MP. Make your voice heard. And let's make sure this killing stops. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. We in the Palestine Solidarity Campaign are really, we think this today is fantastic. We want to thank you all for turning out, but come back again with more people. We need everyone out on the streets demonstrating against what Israel is doing to the Palestinian people. People are still coming into Trafalgar Square. This demonstration is massive. So thank you so much for coming. The Palestinians will see these images. They're going to go worldwide. Our next speaker is from one of the largest trade unions in the country, the PCS, and his name is Hugh Lanning, the Deputy General Secretary. I'd like you to warmly welcome Hugh Lanning.
First, congratulations for being here. Congratulations to the PSC. This is an amazing demonstration. A few years ago, the police had a demonstration in which they said they had thousands. But I hope they use the same count today, and it's tens of thousands that are here. Earlier this year, I was in Bethlehem, and we met with organisations, and they said how wonderful the solidarity movement is. We are good, but we're not good enough yet. The anti-apartheid movement demonstrated outside the South Africa House for many years. It built a mass movement a united mass movement involving trade unions, community organisations across the globe. That's our challenge. We need to make sure that this is the start, not the end. Until the British government feels the pressure of every organisation in this country, it will not change its position. And its position must change. The British government does not represent us, does not represent our members, does not represent the British trade union movement. There is only one people who we support, and that is the Palestinian people. And we will support them until there is a free and independent Palestine. Let's build a mass movement. Thank you very much. Allahu Akbar! Thank you.